Hey, my little cancers, how you guys doing? This is Cosmic Boogeyman coming back at you with a read. So, whoa, we got some jumpers coming right out at me. So anyway, I was really not sure what to do. I was torn to actually do a read tonight, and I'll be honest, I'm really tired. I really went out, spent some time with a good friend today, and I said, let me see if I could do a read. Came, sat down, chilled out, and I said, let me see if a card jumps. And I was talking to a friend, and here's the first card. So at ground zero here, Cancer, and I am excited to see that you have the Fool. And if I remember correctly, you had the Fool up here. Or was it over here? I know in the last couple reads you've had the Fool prominently placed in one of your cornerstones. Anyway, let's keep going. See if we get anything else to jump out for you. But and your ground zero you have the Fool, but it looks like it's either tapped, so this is not something new coming in. This is something that's already come in. Breadcrumbing, or you feel breadcrumbed, or something's happening where you're breadcrumbing somebody. Um, there could be a generalized chaos situation around this breadcrumbing, but you're racing towards something. At the very base of this, there's a fast-moving action. Someone's taking action. There's if you're unfamiliar with the knights, this is the only knight who's actually taking action movement. When you take a look at their legs, this is the white knight. Um, but they're very uh, take action and then worry about things after. So they're a fast moving knight. So whoever this person is, Cancer, that you're dealing with, they're probably someone that you're interested in, and they're going after the Empress. Uh, Currently, you're not actively the Empress, as this situation would play out, but this is the new start for that Empress, is kind of how I would see this. Next card is this is divine new opportunity. So this is probably your new divine opportunity, or this person, or we're going to see here in the final cornerstone at the base. This is the Aquarian male. So that's the So you are probably making the offer very well known to the Aquarian male, who has two people on their mind. Typically, there's something clouded in the background. Typically very happy, but they will not bend. They will not bend on certain things. You're happy. You tend to come across as a younger person, a lot of style, maybe into the I wouldn't say drugs, but even like cannabis would be something you may be interested in, but that's an option. But you like your luxury. You like the finer things in life. So there's definitely a fast moving action towards the Empress, away from chaos. There's some breadcrumbing, or there's a breadcrumbing situation. Or, like I said, this is a new opportunity that's been kicked off. Where we'll see more here in the conduit. On to bigger and better is the feeling. King of Cups. It could be the same person because they're in alignment, but there's a switch happening here probably with this King of Cups, and this is an intuitive person. There's a tower moment going on with this person, this King of Cups, who maybe they wear two different hats, or they're two different people, or they have like I know from my own personal experience, this person could have like at their daily job, they have to represent themselves in another way. Hey, like go to work, wear a tie, come home, and hey, put my jeans on, and I'm Sal, Sal, the guy who loves eating, you know, I don't know, ham, rolled up ham. Okay, so this is probably someone's going through a tower moment, or a crisis of conscience, maybe, and this person here who has a lot to offer but can't actually do something, or this change is causing something, almost like it's being blocked up, or something's happening here where there's almost like a regret happening that's tied into the Empress. So I'm saying like this could be two men tied into the Empress, but I feel like if you're asking me, this is a brand new start for these people. We won't know until we finish out our base read here, Cancer. But in general, there's a happy feel. Like it's like when they're together, like this situation looks like in the future, this could pop into a Ten of Pentacles situation without all the burden. So when you see the Ten of Pentacles card, you'll see that there's an older male, two women, two younger children, two dogs, and if you've ever had animals, like you have to take care of them, if you have younger children, You have to take care of children. So when you get to the Ten of Pentacles, it could be one of those situations where you have, the luxury without the the problems of dealing with things. And this tower moment is almost like these people are flying, like going against the wind. Like everyone else's world is burning, and these two people might be have figured out a way around it. So this could be you, Cancer, and this might be you and this other person have figured out a way to kind of actually like kind of soar above the problems, and that could be a possibility where everyone else's world is crashing. The one thing I would say is maybe there is if someone's up late at night. This would be something I'd like to tap into a little bit more. But let's take a look. This is the manifesting queen. So like I said, maybe if someone's wearing two different hats, this could be your other hat that you wear during the day. So maybe at night, if someone represents you, they would say, "Oh wow, I would never expect you to, I don't know, say have edibles or whatever." But what I'm saying to you is like during the day, this person who's generally also very happy, well put together. You can see a lot of the same stuff here, like likes the outdoors and just really into their style. But in this person, but this would actually come across as having money. This person would have something and show like they have wealth of some sort, and that's really nice. But they're divinely gifted or they're tied into some kind of air sign, like a this. For me personally, whenever I read for people, this would be strictly an Aquarian male. But this could be an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, just to keep that out there. And that could be air sign anywhere in someone's chart. So you might want to be careful with this, but this could be a Earth sign, okay? Uh, so that's we would say Taurus possibly. Um, and I'm trying to figure if this might be because there's very little water here in this chart. So what I'm trying to figure out is if this air sign is tied in somehow to this earth sign. But we want to keep an eye on the situation because the Empress is the Queen of Queens, and what I want to know is there someone that's trying to kind of figure the situation out from their own perspective. The top corner here is like the perspective corner, if I had to kind of fix some stuff, and this would be like, hey, if luck's on my side, I can kind of alter situations. This is what I would do. So this is a loving king, not moving on, or this is moved on to the bigger and better, and you are the bigger and better, I'd say. Um, but what I'm kind of curious is there's a rushing in almost, like something feels rushed, or they're rushing to you. So what I'm wondering is on their lucky situation, you are a once in a lifetime chance, Cancer. So whatever that means, that's how I feel. Is they're very, very lucky to have you in their life. You're the divine counterpart, okay? And even like when you see them, like I said, when they're in their daytime job and they saw you, which I feel as though this may or may not have happened because it's the tower moment. If this has happened, like this would be like a bad thing. Like because the tower moment is an alignment here. So if you and this other person saw each other during your daytime, you would almost feel like this would be a very bad thing for both of you. It would almost cause a situation, and it would be unlucky. Um, Not necessarily moving on, but it would cause you both some sleepless nights if you guys saw each other. And I feel like during your daytime, they're on your mind, and you're on their mind or in the back of their mind. They're not happy or sad at their job, they just are at their job and they're very connected, this other person. But either way, there is a divine connection, but there's a disconnect, like where you're trying to get to. And there's our 10 of cups. So I was thinking, like I said earlier, about the 10 of pentacles, but ideally when I like this situation is you're reaching for this 10 of cups and you wanted to do it on the heels of like pain or understanding. You want someone to say, hey, if I give you, like, can you explain to me in 10 words or less what sympathy or empathy is? But this person here typically would be an air sign or be someone that has a lot of intelligence, a female that's very quick-witted. That's the other thing when I see the Queen of Swords. And this could be you, could be them, could be someone they are connected to. So let's keep going here, but this other person's desperately reaching out for this Ten of Cups, and what they want is that completeness, that wholeness. There's a passion at the center here, which I'm loving this center line that's kind of cross aligning here, because there's no sleepless nights here. Like when you go to bed, it's a good night, have a good night, and I'm sure we're gonna, once we dig in here more in our conduit, we'll get more here. But this passion at the core of this, that you're almost feeling that this is becoming a part of a completion. But even at the base here, there's a rushing in, like I got your back. So like this is like this one and the same for me. Okay, let's keep going. There's a completion or a community, um, because whatever this is, it just seems like it's getting better and better. Whatever you're coming in at, you almost feel like you have to fake it till you make it. Whatever that means. You're faking it till you make it. You're disconnected, you're faking it till you make it, but you're going to get there, and you're afraid when you get there, you're not going to be able to fake it till you make it again, which is untrue, but you actually are a little worried about it, and you have a little bit of regret because you're one of many choices, is what it is, Cancer. You are one of many choices, but there's a disconnect to the choices because there's a happiness that's tied into your decision or their decision. And I don't think like there was an unhappiness like recently with your connection. You can see the divine offer came in saying, "Here's a divine offer to you, air sign, male air sign," which I'd say is, like I said, possibly the Aquarius, but it could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius because I've seen this, and this is like they're also quick-witted or very sharp with their, but they keep their hand down, whereas you have the Queen of Swords, obviously offering the hand being more feminine. And our final cornerstone here, Cancer, we finally get some water, not much here. You kind of held back. You have here at the end of your conduit, and I'll explain this in a moment, but you have a little bit of like reservation, self imprisonment. But you notice the swords here, you're kind of seeing your alignment. You're saying, okay, that makes sense. What else? At the core of this, boom, there's a whole like whatever makes you feel like who you are, the pain that you felt, that's here. I mean, but then there's stuff on the edge that you're not sure about, like like the passion, the rushing in, the I want you, like the past life. Yes, that makes sense. So there's pieces to this that make sense, but there's pieces that say, hey, is this too good to be true? This is a brand new start. I'm afraid that this could not last. So I'm going to shuffle here, even on camera, just to kind of show you. But I've been pulling from middle top. I pull from randomly in my deck, even though I shuffle. I believe it or not, I find it to be much. See, like you can see that card right here got held up. So I'm looking for this card here. But there's been an injustice, but this person is a justice. So if you look at these cards, and I can't flip the camera quickly, but just take them in an alignment for yourself here, Cancer. There's a justice for you. This King of Cups, this amount of love, this person who's super divinely guided, and they feel like, hey, I'll have a deep conversation with you, and this could be the same person, but this person who has like, I feel like they have a deepness to them, like they're in their daytime position or whatever they do. There's a deep connection. Whatever they do, it's like maybe it's a nonprofit or whatever, but they have a very deep connection to whatever it is. It's not a good or a bad thing. It's just whatever it is, it's deep. The other thing is it's a brand new start to this person who's very deep. There's no breadcrumbing, and they're not moving on to bigger and better, but there's a deepness to this connection to you. And this could be you, Cancer. I would not fully say this, but maybe if you're a male Cancer, I would say this could be you. And this is you going on to a brand new start. You're not holding back anymore, but you're not moving on to something bigger and better. You're just getting justice finally for whatever you've been doing with this brand new start, but it's not you're not finding a bigger and better opportunity. So if you're male watching this, this could probably be you, and this could be moving on from a tower moment and a lot of chaos, like say like an ex-girlfriend or something. No joke, because that would be this is the bitch card. No, like for if you're a male, if you're a female, no offense, but it doesn't always apply. If you're a female watching, it kind of flips a little differently. Just kind of plays out differently. I know this is a general read, but I'm a big fan of tarot on YouTube, so I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of how I would play this out if you were sitting in front of me, Cancer. Anyway, I typically read as though it's a female because I know that's what most audiences, and I'm a male who likes to watch tarot. So anyway, let's keep going. So there's a justice here for whoever this passionate male is, and this passionate male could be a Cancer or have Cancer in their chart or water in their chart. So I'm going to keep going. So there's an offer coming in, and if this offer is coming in, it's being breadcrumbed in or feels breadcrumbed in because there's no active offer. Like I said, this is like it's an injustice is tied in here, but it's part of the brand new start. So for me, it's not chaotic. There's no tower moment. This person's going to be making you an offer, Cancer, and it's going to come in. It's going to be solid. Like this could obviously be house related. So, I remember I was talking about the 10 pentacles here, and I was really I couldn't let go of this 10 of cups because I'm a big cups fan, big cups fan. So what I'm telling you is personally for me, I think that this is interesting that we're getting the cups and we're grouping cups up and we're grouping pentacles up. So whatever your situation is here, Cancer, you have everything in order. And I know you have this, but obviously we're going to be regretful. Everybody's regretful, right? I tell people when you go to bed at night, always think the positive. Say, hey, give yourself 3 positive thoughts and go over those positive thoughts. What did I do right? What am I going to do right tomorrow? Aim at the positive. Aim always at the positive. What you have here is you have your cups and you're grouping up always your abundance. What's your abundance? Yes, there's breadcrumbing, but was this breadcrumbing on purpose or was this from something else? There's an injustice sometimes between two people. But one's a brand new start, and that's what actually works out. I actually picked up 2 cards. There is a brand new offer of love coming in to the Empress, which could be you or could be somebody else. But there's a regretful Empress, and this Empress could be an old person affecting your relationship. But typically, when I pull, I get a card for you, the primary, at this point. So I'm not committing to this quite yet. But this would tell me that you, Cancer, something's not quite right, that something's off in your energy, or you would be off center. So, but if you're getting a love offer, that's not bad. Your world's just being affected by it, or your world's affected by it, and that just means your love offer is being going along with your alignment. So you're basically piggybacking off this new opportunity to the same person, which is the new opportunity would be the Aquarian or the air sign, which is being confirmed back to us that this is your person, is the King of Cups, is that deep person. So our read currently for you, Cancer, is probably that you're connecting to this and you're probably a female or you're interested, if not, you're interested in a male or a more masculine type. And this masculine has water in their chart. And there's this just confirming to me this is the same person that we're talking about here. They were going to make you a love offer. They're going to be making you a love offer, and you're going to equally in the same make them a love offer. This is a 180. But this love offer is going to be affecting their world or your world possibly, because I feel like this is a divine love offer. Um, Somehow I feel like you noticed this, like you knew this was going to be happening earlier on, September perhaps, or 6, so June, you felt it. Let's keep going here. And here we go. We have the 9 with the 10 of Pentacles. And I was talking about this earlier on in your read here, Cancer, but you have 3 people with 2 dogs. And this is where your first manifestation in the very beginning with the universe saying, what would you do with this? How would you work this? And what you have done in a very short amount of time is you've created 20 pentacles, because you take the initial pentacle, add it to the 9, 10 plus 10 is 20. And you became one of many choices, and now the option is then on somebody else. I feel like this energy is fighting and there's regret, and I don't know if this is back to you or them, but it doesn't feel like it is, because I feel like this energy is somebody else or something else, and that's where this regret's coming in, like you're tied into some kind of fighting situation. So I'm gonna pull here and look, and there's a deepness or a deep connection Um, believe it or not, I almost feel like there's a dark horse candidate either for you or for this other person that's sitting on the sidelines waiting to make an offer, and this is where you are ready to snap at a moment's notice, and this is where you're very, very, very well aware of whatever this other person's doing, and you're paying very close attention because your energy is above theirs, if that makes sense, Cancer. You have a sixth sense to this. Like you are you're double tapped in. That's why I pulled these cards. So if I haven't explained this to you before and you're new to me, I actually have a I use a double sided. I would have a double tarot deck. I randomly pull, and like I said, I was pull randomly in here. But what I did is you pulled these cards in the same position. So you're doubly paying attention to this, or there's another female similar to yourself in your daytime position that's interested in the same the same gentleman that has a deepness that's interested in the deep kind of man that you have. There's a woman that's obviously just like yourself, or feminine that's like you, that's interested in this deep person. Um, I would say more so you have a higher intuition at this point, but I haven't pulled any intuition cards yet to confirm that, so let's hold off on that. There's a vibrational raise that's happening with you from this wheel of fortune, this luckiness. This has been an online connection. This person was an online connection that looks like it spawned from your intelligence or their intelligence and has made you or them, but more likely you, feel very young. And you have so many ideas since talking to this person. And that's where their offer is coming in. So I have a feel like they're they're exploring no other offers in the respect that you are just the offer, but you're watching for that. Um, I'm pulling quick here because I love what I'm seeing in the respect that we're getting a lot of like if you've ever watched my reads, like yellow typically will represent like a happiness, but like somebody's countering, I would say either you or their um we'll say bitchiness, if this is a bitchy card, but countering it with an offer of happiness, like a dark horse. Like, hey, let me. I can also be happy. I can say, hey, let me. I really care about you, and then that disarms this queen. That's what's really making me wonder if that's where this offer came in. It was an online offer. There was justice here. So this deepness, they use this gray area somehow to disarm you, and that's where the justice comes in. So whoever this other person is, Cancer, they know how to disarm you, and it feels like breadcrumbing sometimes, but it helps raise your vibration. That's where you feel lucky to have them. So Cancer, this other person that you're thinking of, or that's the happiness. Even though they might not talk to you, or they might go like lights out on you, and it feels like you've been left on red. They're doing it in a very um, influential way, almost divine, because they're working on something to grow their own influences, but there's a third party situation that's actually beneficial to you, whatever that means. And this could just be a friend, a coworker, or whatever that's helping the situation become like where they're going to be an ally to you. They're burdened with whatever this is because they feel like you don't understand, but they're trying to help you raise your vibration or raise their own vibration or raise this other person's vibration. They're trying to look deeper into the situation because I think there's been fighting in the past with either you or them or these other opportunities, and they're worried about that. They're not trying to explore, but they're looking for these past lives, and they want you to understand that, and they want you to be able to basically look into that situation. I don't get any like deceptiveness other than a small little bit of fighting, and I think that's what I'm trying to figure out with you. But there's definitely this pocket of like spitting venom or fighting or being upset. And even there's a small, like even the heartbreak has led to a new opportunity of love, but even like a little bit of standoffishness with probably this other person or you, but I'm going to say probably them. And that's where there was a tower moment recently. but it's led to like these brand new opportunities and like brand new growth. And I like to say the tower moment for me is like the volcano. Like if I were to do my own tarot deck, that's what I would call it. And I just started to pull it out, and look, I popped it back in. Do you guys see this? I pulled this out, and I went like this. I don't know why I did. It was just I'll leave it the way it was. But the tower moment is like when the volcano erupts, growth happens outside that, you know, outside that volcano. But what happens is you lose everything around it, and it's you know it's a really an unfortunate problem. But a tower moment can help expose problems that we've had before, and that's what I like to say. So for me is I think what's happening is you're learning that the tower moment can be something where you can kind of fly. Let me just show you. I'll zoom in on this to end this. So it's something for you guys, Cancer, for you and this potential partner or partners. You're learning how to fly because the tower moment can do this. And if you just take it and look at it as perspective, right? And we talk about perspective or we talk about perception. It's how do you look at this? If and this is one of those cards that I would talk about that. Um, and are these people flying now? Because they could be flying and learning how to fly against the tower moment. Like we have a really rough market, and these people have learned how to make money, and what they have done now is they've learned to navigate a really tough financial situation. So by learning that tough financial situation, this has helped them. But when you flip it, and the other thing is, when we flip it, we want to ask is, what's their perspective. So we want to get into their heads and what's going on in their heads right now. Well, there's no way to turn this around. My life is over. And then these other people here, like what's going to happen here? What does these yellow leaves represent? Is this magic? Is this like hope? And so with this person's perspective, when they're falling, are they seeing this as a possibility of turning things around? This person here, what's their perspective? Are they looking up and saying, well, I can't see this. They only see the gray clouds. Perception is like, what are we seeing and looking at this? And that's kind of what we want to say here, Cancer, is what's your perspective and what's your perception? And I think you have a really good, solid perspective of what other people see, and you're trying to understand how we all lock in on this. So I think that's one of those things. But I think for you, for the most part, this is what we're getting. I'm going to get one last card here from my divine deck and just get what they want you to hear and see. Whoa, we just want one card. One card. All right. Okay, here we go. One card. That is crazy. All right, look at this. So it says, look at the world from a different perspective. Waiting, sacrifice, hesitation, suspension, or recalibration. The Hangman, water, Neptune. Creativity, problem solving, groups, and growth. Very good. So for me and for you guys, I would say that this is pretty good. I would say it's like it's really about the perspective. And when we're talking about this, it's it's like this. We're talking about these two cards. It's just it's bananas to me. I'm just baffled. So we're talking about it's about what do we do with these two things? So we're talking about the hangman. We're talking about if it's a problem solving or a group or a growth potential. Um, Typically when I see this here is a wand behind here. Um, but they're talking about seeing this from a different perspective, and I'm just so baffled that the card actually popped out like that. Anyway, the bottom line for you guys is, I would tell you, Cancer, is to remember that you guys are very good at seeing the world from a lot of different perspectives. Keep in mind that you're not perfect, but I would also say neither is anyone else. So be safe. Any questions or comments, please put them in there. And don't forget to subscribe.